matter that will be handled with integrity that it deserves. And their voice will not be shut down, because as commissioners, we were there in the kitchen. We know what happened. Some of these things need to be spoken in a safe space. Commissioners, past and every generational commissions, and even to make it wider, the constitutional commissions that are there, they have something to give back to our country. Having commissioners and chasing them away, we lose a lot of the investment that the country puts on them. We only wish that we can have a safe space to talk about these things.
Recording in progress.
So that any other commissioner that is employed at IBC will not be there just because of the salary, but will be there to ensure that things are done right and integrity is preserved. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cherera. Commissioner Masit. She disappeared again. Commissioner Masit. Is she the one in steps? Yes. She muted again. Text her if she's somewhere.
Okay. Hello?
Can we ask you a question before you disappear? Maybe you hear Commissioner Masit.
Masit is back.
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
We can hear you, Masit.
You can hear me?
We can hear you. If you don't mind, if you can touch your video icon.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's the wind where I am. And thank you, bipartisan committee. Thank you, all members, for giving us this opportunity. I want to just say a few words because, as you know, I still have a case in court. I have appealed at the Human Rights and Constitutional Court on my removal, and some things are being canvassed in court. But I want to say in brief, what was done in formals was not verification and tallying of elections. When you were announcing all of us, what you were announcing were handwritten summaries, which were to be taken, to be typed, and to be brought back for commission, and each commissioner to check what they had written and what they had been typed, if it is in order. It went one way. Two, when the results came, it came only in 3 pages. And it was a summary in counties which exceeded 100%. That's where the dispute started from. How could we announce results which are over 100% and we have not been given Form 34C or summaries we wrote from constituencies to confirm whether what we announced and what has been typed is the same? Up to today, we've never seen from 34C. Again, what happened in formulas, we had not finished even announcing 27 constituencies. The screen was technically put up for Kenyans not to see what was going on, and when we asked it, it became an issue. Informers were removed from our committees. I chair Legal Affairs Committee. That's what I used to chair. But 1 week to election, chairman wrote us letters, putting me logistics, welfare, and security into one day, putting Cherera at the communication center, Nyangaya protocol, to remove us from results, and assign results to Collier and Marchan only, with letters written specifically which are part of the process which are in court. We were never involved, we were never told anything, and when we wanted to say, they said we wanted to overturn the people. Yet, when the security team came, there were no results, there was nothing, you could not even talk of results because at that time there were no results. If anything, they just said there was tension in the country, and there was no screen showing, and we were taking so long. We should ascend to ease the tension in the country. So up to now, we don't know the results, and it's very important that we audit these results. Very, very important, because when we audit and even made open to everybody, even those people who have been elected and who lost as MPs, and even others, they know their results, because I want to say this was not tallying, there was no tallying, there was no verification, It was just, it is not, I don't know what to say about it as a commission. It's a shame for our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Masit. And Cherera, please, we'll ask you to just stay online. We take a few questions.
Yeah, I want to go first. Why are you not here with us? Is it because of security concerns on the part of two of you? Of course, we take note of what Commissioner Masita said. Some of the matters are still in court. But for the benefit of the country, are you safe? Why are you out of the country? Thank you.
Yes, Chair.
Maybe first confirm whether you're out of the country.
I'm outside of the country for security reasons.
Okay.
Remember, I come from Rift Valley. Before that, even they said I betrayed the community. In the Facebook, in all social media, I was saying, I've never stepped in my home since that time. I've never even gone beyond my room. That time, I got calls, people telling me to drop the case. What am I doing? So many things, but I believe it's my constitutional right because I know what I did and what I didn't do. So it is because of security reasons. I'm out of the country and we're not doing even well because even the salaries we had, they were stopped. Even the 1/3 when I'm doing the case. So we are living at the mercy of people outside. So Commissioner Cherera talk on herself, but mine is a long story. I don't want to say so many details because I told you I have a case in court, but it's because of security reasons. Thank you.
Irene, this is Eugene Wamala. We're in college together.
We are actually the same year.
You're on campus together at the university. Yes, you know, Ishunga likes saying the school because we went to our land, but I was at the University of Nairobi. We're very sorry to hear that.
On a light note, at least now we know how you know Commissioner Irene.
We are... No, Irene, we are sorry to hear that you're out of the country. And literally from what you're explaining, because the whole country is listening, it's like you're in exile or something. Did you receive specific threats? What about your family? Are they in the Rift Valley? Have they also moved out of the country with you? And is Commissioner Cherera also under the same situation, being away from the country, not by choice, but literally in exile? Is that the situation with Commissioner Cherera as well? And sorry.
Thank you, Co-Chair, for that question. It's a very emotive question. You heard when Commissioner Masit was responding. She was really shaken, and it has taken a toll to all of us. I, being the Vice Chair and the voice behind the mic, and the team being dubbed by my son name, Cherera 4. I am in my late 40s and I have a young family. My last born is 7 years old. It was bad even in school. Our social life was really thwarted. It was bad for my children. It was bad for my family. And I said some of things we cannot say them on camera because it is not a safe space for all of us. We've been threatened just because we spoke what we saw and what we know. Personally, I was in charge of communication at Bomas. I used to get information and statements from the commission and I give it out to the media. The screens were there to help the same, but came on Friday evening, the screens were stopped. Everyone used to come to me to get information. And you know, part of communication is the transparency bit that is a requirement in any election. I could not give people that information. I asked the chair that we refresh the screens so that Kenyans can see how many votes we have tallied, how many are remaining, and of course it was going to be helpful for the country to see the trend and also prepare them to the end. Of course, if it remains like 5,000 votes, people already know how this election has gone. But that was stopped, and it was not something that we had agreed in the commission plenary. I asked about this 2 times, and the chairman said that he was busy tallying. And this tallying, he was doing it alone with selected few. So all of us, even me as the vice chair, was kept out of this information. And that's why, even today, we will stand by our word that we disown this election presidential result, because it was tallied by a few and it was not verified. As we were reading the constituency results, there were queries that were coming on our desk. We needed to get to know how these queries have been resolved to come to the final tally, but all that was not forthcoming. So our voice to disown the result has brought a lot of economic, social, negative impact to ourselves and to our families. When the security was withdrawn, it was withdrawn from our home and our personal security. And at that time, mandamanos were almost starting. And let me be very clear with the committee. It was said even on that fateful Sunday when people gathered in a church somewhere, I can't remember. And after the sermon was just Cherera 4 should resign, Cherera 4 should resign. And after that, the opposition started saying that they will go to the street because of Cherera 4, they should not resign. As a Kenyan, loving the citizens of this country, that was the day I decided that Kenyans will not go to the streets in my name and blood be shed. Monday morning, I resigned after that Sunday. I did not resign because of myself. I didn't come to the commission to resign. I resigned for the sake of this country. If anyone is to fight for me, God will fight my battles. We conclude that since even to date, the commission published the 2022 presidential election, I want to submit that this election be audited. The servers should be opened and a forensic audit should happen. Let us put this thing to rest. After the audit, let us move on. But I will leave it to the committee and the country decide. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cherera and Commissioner Masit. And maybe Commissioner Masit, there is a question, specific question Honorable Eugene asked you. Did you receive any specific threats? And as you answer that, I put a rider to it. Were those specific threats from any specific people? Did you report them to the police? Have you recorded any statements of such threats? 2, Commissioner Cherera, you have indicated that you resigned, but there was an assertion that you had been forced to resign. From what you have said, it looks like circumstances around the calls for demonstrations and calls for your resignation is what made you resign, and you have asserted that you resigned to save the country from bloodshed and people dying in your name. My third question to you, Commissioner Cherera, you say you spoke on behalf, and you have rightly put it, the 4 of you are Christian, the Cherera 4. maybe Kenyans liked you more than liked your face more than, because you are more on TV, being in charge of communication, and that's why they were Christian the Cherera for. But is she still there?
Yes, she is.
Okay, but you have asserted that you would communicate on behalf of the commission. You have both asserted that you did not see any Form 34C. You did not tally. But Commissioner Cherera, I do remember you somewhere around Serena announcing results. What results were you announcing? Where did that tally come from, if you were not involved in any tally? And why did you not adduce that evidence before the Supreme Court? And as I said, we are not litigating the Supreme Court again. But why did you not adduce evidence before the Supreme Court that not a single 34C was seen by yourselves? You did not adduce any single form that differed from the forms that were on the portal. The Supreme Court verified those results that were in the portal. And you did not, why did you not then, did you not trust, because there are things you are saying you cannot tell us, did you not also trust the Supreme Court of this Republic?
Thank you,
Thank
Chair.
you.
I can come back.
Thank you, Chair.
And then,
Maybe Masit can go first.
yeah, because mine are few. Thank you, Chairman. One, I want to say for record that I'm strengthened, actually before I resigned. And that one, it's on record in my case in court. And my lawyer is aware. My lawyer is Donald Kikori. And I think if you want to hear more, maybe you can invite him to shed more light, because that is in court. But I was threatened that time, that one I said, but this one, it was urgent. I could not do it because I could not report, because people followed me. I ignored for some time. But that night, on Saturday, going to Sunday morning, two people came to around my gate, and I had to sneak actually with fight, and I was through the back door gate, took a motorbike, went to, let me disclose the committee in confidence, went to Lanaya because I could not trust them.
Commissioner,
Yes. Yes.
I'll just beg you answer the question straight up. Did you report to the police? Because that was more of the direct question. Or you reported to your lawyer, Donald Kipkorir?
She's still alive.
Are you still online? She has muted the mic.
Are you hearing me? I'm on the line.
Yeah, we were pleading.
Yes.
Instead of narrating the circumstances, the question was rather direct as to whether you reported specific threats to the police, no, other than to your lawyer.
Not the police. I reported to the lawyer, the first one, but the second one I didn't have time, because those people were closing in on me, and the only thing was to take a motorbike to the airport with my passport.
So the straight answer is that you never reported to the police.
And left the country that night.
You never reported to the police, you reported to lawyer Donald Kipkorir.
No, there were two threats. The first one is to the lawyer, because I was still in the country. The second one, when I left the country, it was at night. I took a motorbike to the airport, paid cash, and I was the last one in the manifest, and I left that night. I didn't have even time to report because I was saving my life that time.
So you did not report to the police?
Yes, I didn't report that one when I was leaving.
Because
I told my
the incident, let me get it right, Commissioner, the incident happened at night?
Yes.
You took a motorbike at night?
At night?
To the airport?
I left the country at night.
You left the country at night? Meaning
Yes.
you also got the ticket at night? And a plane was waiting for you at night? Okay.
That night around, yes, late night.
You had a ticket
And
ready?
I was, I think, the last one.
With a ticket ready for an international flight?
I caught it, I had to get a connection from Kenya to Amsterdam. Because that time I didn't have an invitation to US where I am. I had a ticket for Canada. I had a visa for Canada and US, but for Canada.
Commissioner Masit, I'm asking another very direct question to you. Canada. Commissioner Masit, I am asking another very direct question to you.
Yes.
An incident happened at night. You took a border at night.
No, night. The incident happened of night of Saturday.
Saturday night.
Okay.
And you.
Saturday night. Then I disappeared on Saturday night.
The same night.
Colleagues' place. Hello. And stayed there to organize for a ticket on Sunday night.
So you left on Sunday night.
Sunday night, yes. Because I had to get cash to have it paid, and I had to get
okay. Maybe
I was with a person at the airport.
That's good enough. I'm sorry, I'm pushing you. I'm just trying to save time.
Yes.
Maybe Honorable Commissioner Cherera can answer the other questions.
Finally, before I finish, Chair, allow me just to say thank you to Honorable Eugene Wamalwa. He's my hearmate at the University of Nairobi. When I was doing law, I was doing here, and then I went to do law later. That's the reason why I could not resign, because the truth has to come out. Somebody has to stand for my colleagues who at that time also they were facing the same. But I had to, the fact that I come from Rift Valley, nobody wants to see me there. I'm vilified, I'm called a betrayer, traitor. They say even betrayer is worse than a murderer. That's what they call me nowadays. I was removed from all WhatsApp groups, and I'm suffering here. You people, you need to listen to us.
We sincerely thank you, Commissioner Irene. We sincerely sympathize with you, and we pray for your safety wherever you are and whenever you come back here. But we would encourage you to have all those reports made to the police, so that if there are specific threats, they're investigated. Commissioner Cherera.
I cannot come now until you are ready. Thank you.
Commissioner Cherera.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Co-Chair, you said that at Cherera we had our own results. I wish that committee will play the clip at Cherera Hotel. We did not have our own results. What we said is that the results that were going to be announced, we disown them because of the manner of opaqueness that last phase was handled. That's what we said. We didn't say that we had our own results. That's why we are saying now that results need to be audited. And this is not of our own. It is even in law that any elections need to be verifiable and can be audited at any other particular time. So it is not something that will begin now. It is there in the Election Act. We emphasize that it should be audited and the servers to be opened.
Chair, my name is Catherine, and my sister Cherera. In your own words, you said the results were handwritten, and the results even exceeded 100%. And how come you never mentioned this to the Supreme Court? You're mentioning it to us here. And those you brought as even the substantiators of the same never brought it and never, substantiated anything. In your own words, surely.
Honorable Committee, I will invite you to my affidavit to the Supreme Court. Whatever we are saying now, it is in our affidavit that we filed at the Supreme Court. Unfortunately, it's like nothing or not everything was read through. We explained everything that we said, and after the Supreme Court gave its ruling, we said we abide by that because it is the apex court of our country. And as law-abiding citizens, we said, yes, we accept it. And from that day henceforth, the Cherera folk have never spoken until today. Let me submit to this honorable committee that everything we have said, it is in our affidavit.
Okay, the Commissioner, I will request that you allow us, you just stay online, hear a few more questions, then you can note them and answer them together. Honorable says, Governor says.
Thank you, Chair. Let me appreciate the two commissioners, Masit and Cherera, who have seen it fit to participate in this sitting, and we appreciate that they're there. I have a few questions, and not necessarily to Cherera or Masit. I think even the commissioners physically present here may want to answer. Number one, the law has been that the final announcement of the presidential vote is actually what is announced at the polling station. And that is what is called the Form 34A. And we have 46,229 polling stations that I need no mention. But I'm just wondering, when Commissioner Wanderi